This weapon retention course is for those who are concealed carry permit in the US and or police officers, those in law enforcement who carry what we refer to often as active shooters, so those who are carrying in their occupation. Now in Japan we train special ops, we train law enforcement, customs, and also overseas in the US, Australia, throughout Europe I also teach law enforcement. So the thing is, my main concept in training is you have to train when you're fully geared up. A lot of videos I've done up until now martial arts based, and I've kept my training, my tactical training kind of personal, you know, in terms of being a lot more separated. I personally believe that unless you train in full get-up, like in full suit like we are now, that there's not really much point. If you're in a dojo and it's got tatami, the jigsaw mats, martial arts mats, you're in pajamas like a gi, or dogi as we say here in Japan, there's not much point because it's not really what you're going to wear on the job. Okay, so special ops that we train here mainly, most recently has been the CRF, and members from the CRR are coming as well, Central Readiness Force, and they are the newest group of special forces in Japan, and those are the ones we're relating to mainly now. But this video is obviously in English, and it's for those who are in the US mainly. And I've had a lot, I can't even imagine how many emails and calls and messages via even Facebook from those who are in security, law enforcement and military, sometimes even customs and immigration. These act as a good protector. If you've got ammunition here for your assault rifle or whatever you've got, if you've got ammunition for your pistol also, they can work as a good protection because they're steel. Okay, they're hard, they stop a knife attack if that's the position. Okay, so once the assailant suspect, whatever you're going to refer to them as, the criminal, if that's what you understand, comes to take your sidearm, I want you to be able to stop that, respond to that incident, this situation, in a professional manner and within reasonable use of force. The most important thing is that I don't get into a habit of putting my hands here and standing around looking like this, okay? And I don't get into a habit of talking to people with my right side, my strong side, my firing side out in front, okay? It's just not a good habit. And so you've got to develop and expand your awareness into and throughout your own body, your own posture, your own guard, so you don't look like an easy target. My argument always is, you know, they've got these different holsters for law enforcement, security, and military now. Ones that have different lock and support actions and all sort of thing, release mechanisms and whatnot. The thing is, these guys who are selling them go and put them up on YouTube, and these street kids are sitting there watching it and looking at all these cool holsters and stuff because they're nerds and whatever. But you can see how it works. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to take a pistol off somebody, to take a firearm, a weapon of any sort off somebody. Okay, it's very possible, and it happens quite often. There was an FBI statement that came out of a time in recent times. That stated that 60% of officers that died in gunfights in the line of duty was from their own weapon. Okay, and that's simply just too high. So that's why, you know, the training has to adapt to the situation. Now that you've got people that come and go for this. Okay, so less people respect law enforcement and public safety officers these days. So we need to get up to date. The suspect is thinking, I've got 5 seconds where he's about to put those cuffs on. I either comply, I go to jail, could become someone's bitch. If I don't comply, and I fight, and I put up a fight towards this cop, you know, I might be able to beat him, and I can run away, I can make that escape. So they can avoid going to jail like that, and a lot of them are willing to. And then try and do this, or this, or this, and then shoot. Fuck that. I've seen so many things on YouTube that are more so choreographable, okay, for movies. He's standing there, but this isn't within the war zone yet, as you may have heard referred to as the war zone is within arm's reach. So if he's within arm's reach, he's pretty close to being able to get this off me. Depending on the situation, I will move accordingly and I will respond accordingly. But if in the event that he has a knife and I need to up the use of force with this, okay, then I need to do that. I need to be trained in how to do that also. Right? If I see that he's going for a knife in that hand, obviously I'm going to put him that way by his arm, right? And this is where I can draw and now can take control of the situation. Is if I'm going to stretch out this hand, I'm therefore compensating the guard of my sidearm here in front of me, approaches me, how do I get off the line of attack and effectively move into a position where I'm at an advantage rather than being at a disadvantage. Vary your training accordingly to your occupation and the laws and policies and procedures of your agency. I turn with my right foot first, right? And I go here, I've got it closer to him. You see that? The way I'm turning, my firearm is still facing him. So the best thing I can do is move my right foot first away from him. Because basically if you think right foot, weapon foot, that's where the weapon is. Okay, I step away from him, I can strike, I can block, I can pass, or I can control, push. This one can be used to control the different methods later on, as you'll see in different techniques. There's a lot of different variations, there's a lot of different drills out there depending on the situation, but you've got to remember, it all depends on the job that you're in and what sort of situations you're going to meet or face in your occupation. The other objective of facing him when you're in security and law enforcement, you know, any sort of operative that's active, whichever one it be, okay, that'll act as protection for me as well. Even if he's trying to slash me, trying to fuck with me in any way, that will act as very good protection. So, if I was facing the side, and I have no protection on the side, by the way, there's sweet fuck all I can do about this, okay, until I learn to respond, draw up on my weapon position. When we're here, I can then use my elbow. It's basically in Australia, if I put my hand on my weapon and I go so far as to draw it, it becomes a totally different situation when I go to write the incident report, okay? Because even this might be able to stop him through my command, okay? Strike with an open hand, because nearly 100% of the time, you are being surveilled, okay? There are cameras fucking everywhere, and there are cameras in a lot of the units' cars right now, so, you know, you don't want to be, you know, seem to be going, boom, boom, and they didn't catch the part where he was going for your gun or whatever. Why the fuck did you smack this guy up? You know what I mean? So I've attacked that arm, okay? I attacked the face, I've got my guard here, and I'm ready to draw, and if and when I need to, I will do so. Okay? So, very simple. Okay? Again, principle over technique, it's not hard. You don't need to be a master of jiu-jitsu or master of silat or you know, anything like that. It's principle over technique, it's simple tactics, survival tactics for LEOs, okay? As experience as a professional responding to such situations of, you know, violence and aggression and those that are high risk is very important to prevent the situation from becoming any worse. And that's one thing that I've always used when writing up statements and incident reports in my profession also, that you know, the reason I responded to the situation in this manner, with this use of force, was to prevent it becoming any worse. Okay, so that's just some advice, but don't take it as legal advice. The priority is to stop this attack, neutralise this attack here, boom, eliminate the threat by creating distance between us and controlling the situation by bringing that up into the fight here, straight away. Myself to here, I'm concentrating on the lock. What I'd rather do, if and when I can, is put him down like this and take control of the situation by drawing on my weapon. I can move into this, I might even choose to put in a knee plate and use this as a shield, my guard, right? Or even this to control or respond quickly as I draw this, absolutely fine. Now that I've controlled the situation, I have my supporting officer come and restrain him, take control further. Okay, and once we do that, I can put this away, because the more that I've got this out and about, right, the more chance one of his friends has come in and taken it off me. Okay, and we're going to get to that. That's it, right to here. Okay, this is where I can control it and spread your legs out, quick, legs out. That's it. I command. Otherwise, he starts to get in that position. Cool. You command. The reason I don't like this position is because this is exposed. His friend can get at this, you see, and I don't like that. So I'd rather push him, whether it be to the ground or into the wall, again using my environment as my weapon, and draw upon this if necessary. If I go for the baton, fine, it's the same thing. Okay, the main thing is I'm protecting this, so it's not used against me.
we are always developing and maintaining our sites and our DVDs and our online programs simply because I can't be everywhere at once. And I'm not saying that I'm the master of all trades and some shit like that. You know, it's just that this is from request. Okay, this has had come from all over the world. So this is the reason that I'm doing this. This is why I'm finally sharing some of our tactical training. Before that, I just kept it purely martial arts. But now I see that there's so many, you know, people from security, law enforcement, customs, military, special ops, all the, you know, from all different ranges, variety of groups, you know, that need some sort of survival training as well. And that's why I decided to share it, because you know, some of them are interested in the martial arts we have. Most of them are just interested in being able to return home to their families. Okay, so again, if you have any other questions, let me know. If not, stay safe.